Alright, now add our arm here. Okay, this one let me remove the node. Delete the attribute in here. Add one attribute. Stretch type. Alright, so in here we can use enum. So we can use 3 attributes. The first one is case both. Second one case stretch. And the third one we case squash. Alright, afterwards we add it inside. So now that you got both stretch and squash. Indicate like numbers 0, 1, 2. Alright, so afterwards these controllers you bring inside to your node editor. Alright, so we need these controllers. The shape it doesn't need. Remove it temporarily. Now create one plus minus average. Okay, plus minus average. Alright, in here, link this one, the stretch type, into input 1D. So that you got like output 1D later on. So we're gonna add that one. So right now you can see the input 1D, you only got one attribute. Okay, so you link again into input 1D1, okay, and input 1D2. So now that you can see that in your channel box, you got 3 attributes. Okay, now we only need one. Need one to be a key ourselves. Either one of it can be the first one or second one. That one is fine. So break the connection. You key one in here. So the output will link to this condition. Now that you cannot see the condition in here, you cannot link into this operation. So just link this one to the orange icon. You find others. Now we got this operation input system. Click on this operation. Then you link to not equal for now. Alright, you change it to stretch. In here, it becomes greater than or equal. If you change again to squash, it becomes less or equal. Okay, come to the controllers. Okay, add one more attribute. This one we call as stretch. Okay, on, off, and on. Alright, this one we use float. Okay, minimum 0, maximum 1. Now that we got these numbers. Alright, after it, we'll introduce one more tool called as blend colors. Alright, so by clicking tab, blend colors, this one. Alright, blend colors. You create, you got these 2 colors too. Then you got one blender, got like color RGB1, color 2 RGB. So create these 2. Alright, the stretch type, stretch on off, you link into the blender. Link into the blender. Alright, when it's 1, then you run this number. When it's 0, you run the 2 numbers. Okay, so when you turn on, you need to run the stretch number, then we link into it later on. So when it's off, the scale need to be default as what? As 1. So the default will key in here first. Okay, this one is the default value. This one will be the later on the scaling will come inside. Okay, so you link first. Afterwards, okay, we link this one. Okay, from the condition. This one is the R. The condition is for it to scale on or not, right? The scale numbers of it. So the color R, you link to 1R and 1G. Okay, from here, link to 1R and 1G. So now that your value is 1. Okay. Yep. If you want to check it's true or not, okay, you can just choose your stretch type into like both, and then slightly just move a little bit. You check on your blend color, see is it the value is like now I want to stretch, and then value it should be like stretching. Okay, so afterwards, in your outputs of the blend colors, the R indicate for the upper arm. You link to your scale, and then G is for your lower arm. You link to your scale that is correct, and make sure that right now you see the value is correct when it's on. Okay, when it's off, when it's off, it should not be running anything right now. Okay, it should not be running anything. Now we're back to the normal iCare hand. Okay, so that's how you connect the on and off for the stretch. Right, next, all this you're gonna rename it. Plus minus average, name as PMA. Left arm, stretch, type PMA. This one, left arm, stretch, on, off, BC. Right, now your squash and stretch will be finished.